Looking for new ways to enjoy chess? Check out our schedule of chess.com community events today. Mondays, play rapid opening roulette and expand your opening repertoire with a new opening each month. Tuesdays, compete against other untitled players in Untitled Tuesday. Battle your way to the top in Arena Kings on Wednesdays. And finish the week off each Saturday with the blistering Community Bullet Brawl. All happening in the Community Club on chess.com. Looking for new ways to enjoy chess? Check out our schedule of chess.com community events today. Mondays, play rapid opening roulette and expand your opening repertoire with a new opening each month. Tuesdays, compete against other untitled players in Untitled Tuesday. Battle your way to the top in Arena Kings on Wednesdays. And finish the week off each Saturday with the blistering Community Bullet Brawl. All happening in the Community Club on chess.com. Looking for new ways to enjoy chess? Check out our schedule of chess.com community events today. Mondays, play rapid opening roulette and expand your opening repertoire with a new opening each month. Tuesdays, compete against other untitled players in Untitled Tuesday. Battle your way to the top in Arena Kings on Wednesdays. And finish the week off each Saturday with the blistering Community Bullet Brawl. All happening in the Community Club on chess.com.
Welcome everyone, we are here in a new Banter Blitz session. This is Ariel Martinez, I'm part of the community team, so we will be helping you to get the challenge against the one and only Jan Gustafsson, who is coming like very soon actually, like in just a few minutes. And I'm just here to say, first of all, like thank you for tuning in, thank you for joining us in a new community stream. And today is going to be super fun because it's a Banter Blitz session. And also to explain a bit how it works. So anyone's actually can challenge Jan. So this is the beauty of this format of the Banter Blitz, because any of you, no matter the level, no matter for how long you've been playing chess or anything, like you can actually join here and just send a challenge to the Grandmaster Jan Gustafsson. How it's going to work? Well, you have to actually use the command challenge in the chat, in the Twitch or YouTube chat, and we will be just putting you in the queue. We have the great Benjamin Ben there in the chat. Thank you so much, Ben, for being there and like just fixing the queue. So yeah, can't wait actually to start the session. The games are going to be 3 minutes plus 2 seconds with just this little increment that we need in order to have more banter, more comments from Jan. So let me see what's going on. Ooh, we have a lot of challenge. Welcome there, Sirio, competitive. Wow, Arcadi, thank you. So welcome to the channel, Versex X Chess, Legend as well, Monkey Knight. I see a lot of people there in the chat sending their challenge right now. Remember that you have to follow the format that we have in the chat. That's why it's necessary to use the command and send their chess / and then your username. So let me see how everything is going. So dun. Who is actually we have actually some German there. I would love to reply, but as you can see, not even my English is good enough. So if it's, I can actually like, I can say yes, nay. So here we are. This is like the pre-show because we are just waiting. Jan went for a coffee, so I was like, okay, while he's actually preparing his coffee, it's good to talk to you, to the community. I'll let you know that the challenges are going to be 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. And soon we will have the one and only Jan. I think he's here. Are you ready, Jan? Wait. You are not late. You are actually perfectly in time. Thank you so much for joining. And I think the people just want to play with you. So Unless you have any questions, we can actually just start showing the board, showing you. Is everything okay with you, Jan?
Everything's fine. I have the usual questions. Where do I click? What's the meaning of life? But we'll figure it all out.
Okay.
So many challenges. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, but you just have to wait, and then we will just respect the queue. We have a lot of people in the chat in Twitch and YouTube. They are saying hi and saying their username. So, well, good luck and have fun, and let me know if you need anything. I will be here just behind the scenes the whole time.
Thank you so much. Let's do this. Oof. I'm having a rough day, ladies and gentlemen. My iPad was stolen from my porch while I was sleeping, like 3 meters away from it. I left it on the porch, took a nap, 7 p.m. as you do. The iPad got taken. So today I went to get a new iPad, as you do. And now I just returned, checked my pockets. I still have the iPad, but I lost my, what are these things called? Little ear things? My AirPod case. Think I'll go broke sooner rather than later because of AirPods cases. How is it humanly possible to hang on to these things? They're small and white, very expensive. I don't know. It's been a rough day. What else are we talking about? I got a message from Danny Wrench asking me to talk exclusively about US politics. I told him, but Danny, we need to cover a bit of chess. I understand it's tough times in the US, but let me talk some chess. I have a course to promote. And he said, no, strictly politics. So it's going to be a fun show. I got some chat open. I can't speak. Some chat open. So hopefully we can interact. And it looks like we'll be interacting on the chessboard. Our first game is starting against Georgi Kalinjaridze. He sounds strong, 2300. Give me somebody to build up my confidence first. I'll get crashed and it's gonna ruin everybody's mood. Maybe not Georgie's. Other than that, I'm not looking forward to this. The advanced French, see, I really can't speak. I'm not used to speaking English anymore. I'm German, in case you wondered. And the common tongue is tough for us. Bishop e2. The problem is if you go bishop d3, then they takes queen b6, and we're not thrilled with the overall situation. Knight e7. I wish I could remember. I think I'm supposed to just castle. This is all featured in my new course on Chessville, which I'll be plugging a lot. The problem, though, is that I can't remember much, which is probably a great endorsement. But what am I supposed to do here after knight f5? Georgie is already putting all kinds of pressure. Pawn is weak. White is supposed to be somewhat better here. What can I do? I guess just bring the knight out. Then if the queen comes, can hit it with knight a4. Here we go. Knight's out. There was also the option to go knight a3, knight c2 to cover the pawn, but it looks a little too clever for me, if we're being honest. So I'll just bring the knight. Here comes the queen, but I thought I could hit it. So I get to keep my pawn. Anna Marie Clark says, is this on chess? I don't know. It's depends on your definition of chess, I would say. Bishop, queen a5. Guess I should attack it again. How does the line go? Bishop b4. Takes. Queen takes a3, let's say. Queen goes somewhere. I play some move. Good enough for our purposes. Come on, Georgie, give me a break. This has been relentless attacking. I think it's still theory. But can we be sure? Feels like I should either hit the queen or cover the pawn. One way or another. Maybe bishop here. Looks silly, but makes a bit of sense. If he takes, We can put the bishop on d3, get the half-open f-file. Bishop can finally reroute to d3. It's often a thing in these lines. You need to lose a tempo to bring the bishop here finally. What is this, Georgie? You want to repeat moves? Let's check. We're not going to do it, but just to hurt his feelings. No, 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 can't do it. See? Now he's a broken man. I always say chess is 94% my chessable course, 20% tactics, and 80% psychology. And now that we hurt Georgie's feelings by not repeating moves, he won't be able to continue playing normally. I think this game is over. The mental game of chess, something I've definitely mastered. H4? See, he's collapsing already. Told you this was over. Very instructive game by yours truly. Clearly, all the hard work I did on the advanced French is paying great dividends. Now it's just gonna checkmate me. To punish me. All right, gimme. Gimme. All right, I'll go away. What's the time control, by the way? It's 3 + 2? That's a tough time control. I grew up playing 5-0. The thing with 3 + 2 is you feel you're in time trouble, but then you always get these 2 seconds per move, and you have to become good at playing sensible moves with 2 seconds on the clock. While I get very stressed out when I see the second clicking down. I used to play 5-0 and you just play faster than the opponent, then you flag them in the end. But it's a brave new world out there. Kids nowadays with their fancy increment. Not a fan. Stop hitting my queen. Takes on g7, scary? Why? Free pawn. Now what do I do? I keep getting these incoming challenges, but I'm not allowed to accept them. They said, Jan, we do not trust your taste or your judgment. We do not approve of your choices. So we shall start the games. Don't touch them. So apologies, even if I wanted to, there's nothing I can do about it. Guess it's technically untrue. Guess I could accept them, but that's not how we do this. What's going on, Hubba Bubba? G5? What does he want? He wants rook h4, right? I don't want him to go rook h4. So I shall stop him. Now he's got to try to hit my h2 pawn. Like rook h7, rook h8. But it doesn't look like checkmate just yet. Worst case scenario, king g2, rook h1. Keep that silly pawn covered. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, king g2. Can't be too bad. He wants to move the knight somewhere. That is allowed. Don't know what to do. Guess I'll try to double my own rooksies. Georgie looks like he has a plan. He feels determined. Determined look on his face. I don't like it. I need some fake activity somewhere. Maybe here. See, Georgie? It's not a one-way street, this chess. Now we got threats. Oh, see, clock was ticking. Get a check. Yay! Game review. Let's check the accuracy. I hope Kramnik's team of informants is not watching this too closely, because I feel I'm playing amazing. 89 accuracy. Okay, that's still fine. I think anything below 90, the informants, they won't send out the memo. Fisher Random Chat is saying, I can't challenge directly. Yes, you can. Yes, challenge me. I just can't pick. I love to play favorites. I'm a big fan of nepotism, so I'd definitely be doing favors, but the picking is being done for me. Speaking of nepotism, is Bronny James out of Summer League? That's the topics that are keeping me up at night nowadays. They shut him down. We're playing the Pearts. Always a big debate if it's pronounced Pearts, Perch, Pierk. I'm still going with Pearts. Let's keep it simple against Mario. I like to go, Bishop E2, short castles, then take it from there. Bishop G4 is rare. It's allowed, but in general, if they're willing to give you a free bishop for just a knight, we shouldn't complain about it too much. Knight C6, I guess this is some sort of theory. All right. Show me the money, Mario. It takes. You could make a case for pawn takes, but I'm not that adventurous. Bishop takes. I'll just go back with the two bishops. And the space should be a bit better. Not winning or anything. We're just getting started. That should be somewhat pleasant, no? 6 will take. Takes. Wait here, maybe? Centralize. I understand Black's position looks nice and fluid and dynamic, but I'll never believe it. I have the bishops, I have more space. I shall claim an advantage. Chess saying, Jan, what's your name? That is my name. You mean my chess.com name? It's Janistan TV. Named after famed biathlon player Janice 10. It's also the name of my Twitch and YouTube, but it's named after, not biathlon, what's the name? It's a sport. Batman. Janice 10, big Batman star. Legend says, but I just got skipped. I'm so sorry, Legend. I don't make the rules. If I was you, I'd just challenge again. Because you might get the joy of playing a game against me. Oof. A lot of cute drama in the chat. I thought we take on the big questions, but for now, it's all about the Q, baby. All right, rook to the middle. Note to self, don't blunder that knight if it gets targeted, but it doesn't get targeted. Queen e7, and maybe I'll use it to jump around. Hi, Juan Sanchez. How are things? Mario's playing well, by the way. He's not giving me anything. I'll keep looking for cheapos. After a6, I'm wondering if I can go knight takes d6. But I'm not sure. If he takes, I can take here. But after rook d8, I'm pinning myself a bit. Might still work. Let's calculate. Chat, backseat gaming is very welcome here. I'm very open to you guys telling me everything I need to do. Those are the rules, right? But he didn't play a6. Went queen d7. So let's cover the knight, c4. Still hoping for a6, knight takes d6. Still doesn't do it. I'd go e5. I don't know. d5. Whoa. So aggressive. But this looks wrong, no? If I go e5. Your bishop gets locked up. Get a little space. The knight has to go back. Not sure if there's anything decisive, but it looks nice, I think. Still, guess I should make a move. Don't know what to do. I'll go back. Still don't know what to do. Let's push the a pawn and try to bring the knight here. Doesn't wait for my pushing. Mario. Why is Mario so strong? What happened in the Champions Chess Tour? Alireza won the whole thing? I'm greedy. No, don't overreact. Give me the exchange, not the knight. Knight is too strong. Losing the exchange wasn't fatal. Here we are. Should have played CD and rook e6. That was a bit fancier than what I'm doing. But this should suffice. Very tough word, suffice. Check. Oof. That was a tough fight. Mario played a very good game. Then, yeah, just panicked after this bishop c5, where he was about to lose the exchange. Even here, if the queen goes somewhere, game goes on. Yeah, GG, sir. That? Ah, no, not over here. Let's see. Hello there. At the Olympics, GM Gustafsson will be the captain of Germany. Yeah, very much looking forward to it. We're only the number 10 seed, number 10 or 11, somewhere in that hood. But boys are young, motivated, hungry. We did well in the European Team Championship, but of course, the Olympics is a different animal with the US, with India, China, Uzbekistan, many other top teams out there. So it's gonna be tough, but I'm very much looking forward to it. What's more fun than chess Olympiads? Pawn to f3, covers the pawn, but now I can probably hit him in the center with d5. The bishop has to move again, and I'm not sure if that's a great match. And generally, you have to be careful with putting the pawn on f3 if black has not played d6 yet. Setup with bishop c4 is fine if black goes d6. If they can go d5 in one go, then often it's asking for a bit of trouble. Not sure here. I could take with a pawn, but then bishop b5. I don't see anything special. So I'll take with the knight. Try to exploit the pin. Knight c6, b takes c. Then I'm hoping for bishop d2, after which queen h4 would pick up the bishop. That is the plan. Nasri is saying, still young, go forward, life is long. That's what I need to hear today on Nasri. Not sure if you're talking to me, but much appreciated. Hungary or Germany? I'm German. I'm the German team captain. Troublesome here for Gabriel Gabe Gary Araujo. Which one is it? Gabriel Gabe Gary? He does take on c6. I could give the check directly, but he can take my bishop in the end. So I'll just recapture. The bailout would be bishop d5, but then after c takes d, I do have the two bishops and a nice center. So it's not something that white loves to do. I'm still hoping for bishop d2. Nope. Can't fool Gabriel that easily. That's a great pity. Now the question is, c takes d, or does queen d4 bother me enough to change my mind? Go queen takes d5. It's probably a better move, although it looks less cool. cd, queen d4. Not loving the idea to go bishop f8 there. Nah, can't do it. That is a pity. I don't know what's going on now. It doesn't look like that much. I should be fine, but nothing decisive. Bishop d2. Always gotta be careful when they break that pin. All of a sudden, the queen is under attack. So I guess it should go somewhere. Maybe here. Benjamin is apologizing that the queue is so long now. I'm very, very popular, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, we'll play as many games as we can. Knight e4, good move. Definitely not popular because of my amazing crushing abilities here. What do I do? A bit concerned all of a sudden. b3 is looming. Good move, sir. I don't see anything, so just castle. So b3, I guess I should go away, and c4, queen b6. He can take and go queen d2. Yeah, I've done something wrong. Gate Miami 10. Playing a good game. He goes c3. I like that less, because I think these bishops should have gotten exchanged. Now I can just tack it away. My queen is still a bit annoying, stopping short castles. I'm not sure what white should do. Maybe be humble, play queen e2. Well, that looks somewhat unpleasant as well. Bishop g5 loses a piece, which is a great pity. Finally, this weakening is paying off for me. I warned you about pawn to f3, boys and girls. I hear Ben Feingold is taking over the Banter Blitz business after watching a couple of Ben Feingold shows. Everybody will glue the f2 pawn to their screens. Queen c2. Let's bring the bishop out. Ooh, unfortunate. Now it's checkmate. That was a good game until pawn to c3. I think that's where the trouble started. Then under pressure, the horse got lost. But I think up till here, everything looks fine. Yeah, white is a bit better. Just play b3, queen b5, c4. Don't know if you guys can see this. Then take, and queen d2 or king f2. Looks perfectly fine for white. My bishop is a little silly. All right, let's play one more. Elliot 204. Played the Sicilian last time. Should play a bit of e4, e5. Still a good move. I don't know. Is the Berlin band in Banter Blitz? Is that why it's called Banter Blitz? Guess so. What do the cool kids play? They play like bishop c5 here. That's what Hikaru's doing now. But I'm old school. I was taught knights before bishops, then pawns, then kings. I think that's the order. Good old Marshall. A4, excellent move. Gives me a tough choice. Advance, sidestep, bring the bishop. I'll bring the bishop out. Probably bishop b7. Looks like the most natural. But after d3, bishop is a bit stuck. c3 is a bit too aggressive. Now I can marshal it up and try to open the position with d5. If he were to grab and then grab that pawn, then my bishop on b7, all of a sudden, it's going to be a very happy camper. Elliot, I'm chess grandmaster. Don't be so greedy. This is trouble. The bishop had to be restricted. Good old Marshall, ladies and gentlemen. Still nasty. You don't get all these tricks that often because everybody's playing d3, knight d2, knight f1. But if you do, it's great fun. Look at the poor white pieces. This is what we call it Kraken. Knight to d3. All the stuff up to f3 at least. It's featured in my old course, in the e4, e5 course on Chessable. It's an oldie but a goldie. But of course, the new one is the aggressive 1e4 repertoire, trying to crush people right from the get-go. But yeah, the Marshall has been an old friend of mine for decades now. And where it works, looks beautiful. This is already very tough for white. The rook is attacked, but more importantly, this knight locks up the entire white queen side. This bishop can't get out. Rook e2, pawn can't throw itself in the line of fire. And sooner or later, king will have to pay the price. Knight f2 I could do, but it feels like cashing out. Bit too early here. The position is so good. Should just keep bringing reinforcements. Rook e8 to exchange the one defender. Queen h4 also looked good. I was taught that if your opponent only has one defender, it's good trade to get rid of it. Even if you're attacking and you don't want to trade pieces. Get rid of the defenders, then your bigger number of pieces where the action is will often prove decisive. All this knowledge. And h3, still no clue. I guess I could go knight f2 and go for action directly, but I could also keep improving a bit, play queen d6, threatening to take, and then go knight f2, covering. This little square. The Nimzo Larsener. We first played in 2014. Time goes by, huh? 2014. I was still young, bright-eyed. Look at me now. Doubled my number of eyes, but other than that, not much happened. We have one. How do we wrap this up? Takes knight f2 looks pretty good. Or just the cynical takes knight c1. They want to do this, but it does win a bunch of material as well. Is this checkmate? Knight f2, king g1, knight g4. I'm not very good at checkmate. Knight e4, d4, h3, looks checkmate adjacent, but taking the bishop looks like a bishop. Choices. I think I'll take the bishop first, then reconsider. Good old saying, if you can give mate or take a bunch of pieces, take the pieces because it might not be mate. Could take more stuff. Elliot does resign. Elliot has seen enough. Yeah, that was an opening disaster. Always pleasant when good old Frank, what's his name? Frank Drevno, Frank Marshall gets his due. So after c3, d5, taking that pawn is very, very risky. Like this you can still do, but here you should play some other moves like d4 or d3 or whatever. And after taking that pawn, all of a sudden, it's already big trouble because this is too active. Thanks for the game, Mr. Elliot. Here we go again. Cloheen, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the name. I didn't do a countdown 1, 2, 3, 4 before I started the game. We'll play the Italian. Spanish, still good opening. But you know, all this looking at Berlin, it drains the life out of you a little bit. Why not live a little and go after the f7 pawn? It's a bit unfair to do this to Cloheen, but we didn't come here to make friends. This is a line where you have to know your stuff with black. It's very risky for white. Of course, we lose time and we play a bit of a caveman style with knight g5 going after that pawn. But it forces black to know some things because the most natural move, knight takes d5, is running into trouble after either d4 or knight takes f7. So knight a5 is the move. And then bishop b5. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Black is a pawn down and already has to find some accurate moves. Pawn to h6 looks reasonable, but I guess I can make a little Zwischenzug, as we say in German. Desperado. Knight takes f7. Even if the king takes, then we take here with check. So h6 had good intentions, but I don't think it works move by move. Still, ain't over yet. Should I go queen f3 or should I just castle? Maybe just castle. No real point to activate this bishop. This pawn isn't that important. I'd rather get my own pieces going. Note that black can no longer castle. So the king in the middle could be an issue. Since we're talking about openings, English or Spanish, I just played the Italian. English 1c4, okay, it's a bit of an acquired taste. I think the big question nowadays is Italian or Spanish, and most top players can do both. But the renaissance of the Italian has been somewhat surprising, because like 20 years ago, even 15, I guess, People thought, yeah, Italian, okay, it's this quiet, boring opening where both sides just make a bunch of sensible moves and then shake hands. Well, Spanish is the real test. But now, especially with the rise of the Berlin, but also so many playable sublines, more and more players have started taking the Italian very seriously. And I would argue, not sure if numbers back that up, but I would argue that's maybe more popular than the Spanish or the Ruy Lopez at top levels right now. Well, beginner level, I'm also not sure if that's true, but you could argue that it always was more popular than the Spanish because it's a little more clear-cut. So beginners were right all along, turns out. What's chat talking about? Trainers are needed at the most difficult moment, and so they harvest. Parasites work. That sounds deep. Slightly disturbing, but also deep. So, parasites good, trainers bad. What's the takeaway? Wow, Real Timio is saying the coffee looks like Marimekko. It is a Marimekko, indeed. And I have a Max guy, of course, whom I sent off to Finland if I need a new coffee mug. Beautiful, these Marimekkos. Give me the paw. Okay, then Italian or Spanish. I just gave a 5-minute monologue about Italian versus Spanish. Seven. Let me take. Takes. I was just saying, I'm tired of you. You're boring. I don't want to follow your work. I hear you. I feel the same way very often. The good thing, I think following this is voluntary. I'm not sure, though. It might be forced. Let's force the king into mating that. Here we go. Checkmate. Sorry, Chloe, this is a very mean opening if you're starting out in chess. Knight g5 is very, very direct and puts a lot of pressure. It's also risky for white. I'm giving in my course, but white really has to know what he or she is doing after this knight a5 or knight d4. So it's definitely risky, but it's a bit unfair if you've just learned, get the pieces out, play d6, castles, take it from there. Then after knight g5, you're fighting for your life instantly, which, it's a very different flavor. Anyway, thanks for the game, Chloe. Benjamin is asking about Bronny James in Summer League. I did mention him briefly. It's been touching, right? When we thought he was struggling with a shot, but then big ESPN headline, Bronny James, comeback game, 11 points, 2 out of 5 from 3. I don't know, he's 19, right? And I understand he grew up being LeBron's son, around fame and money and so on. But still, this amount of scrutiny can't be fun. Still, as mentioned, I'm all pro nepotism. I like the connections in the chess industry nowadays to get my kids in there. But I'll work on it. What is the most popular opening played in high-level chess nowadays? I don't know. Italian is pretty popular. Spanish is pretty popular. Najdorf's still kicking. All kinds of d4 stuff. No, Nimzo, Catalan. Hang on, Yusuf Mohammed. You look like you've done this before. Knight f5. Let's hit the pawn. Grandmaster Quest saying, you give the Duo of Gambit in your course, but isn't it objectively bad? Why? I mean, it's not winning. No line is winning. but I think it's objectively equal like everything else, and it puts a lot of pressure. So I'm a fan. But of course, the idea, I think, of most opening studies or courses nowadays, you'd be disingenuous if you said white is an advantage in all these lines. The idea is to score as many points as possible against your unsuspecting opponents. And there, I think the duo of Italia is doing excellently. Of course, I also did the work to make sure we're not in trouble objectively. If they know everything. Well, we talk about so many questions. I'm not used to that much attention. What do you think is the biggest difference between Magnus and Jan in prep? Very hard to say, obviously. As a second, one shouldn't try to reveal all the secrets, but I think they are both top players who are both extremely well prepared and extremely flexible, willing to adopt any opening, can absorb all kinds of information very quickly. Of course, everybody has their tastes and small stylistic differences. And I think nowadays, these top guys, they're all very universal, understand all the positions so well. It's quite scary how good one can get at chess. Sorry, I know it was a bit of a cop-out, but it's called second for a reason. Like Carlos is saying, lol, how Germans look so good. Thank you. I thought he's in his late 20s. Yeah, it's all the coffee. What's his position, by the way? Yusuf is playing well. I have the two bishops. But material balance still undisturbed. Guess I'm a little better, but knights and blitz, something I've been thinking about. I am too slow for bullet anyway, but even in blitz, because I'm always preaching bishops are so strong, blah, blah, blah. And if in doubt, don't give a knight for a bishop. But knights are so much trickier, and I'm not sure we have an objective metric to price in how tricky knights are, especially with shorter time controls. Well, I guess strong bullet players, to them, it's often just obvious. Yeah, of course you give the bishop here, keep the knight, then you horse around. But for me, it's still tough to put a price on it when you give the knight, when you give the bishop for a knight, because the knight is trickier. Not sure. Anyway, here he can go queen g3. I'm still pinned, so bishop g4. Maybe scared him a little, but didn't achieve all that much. And well spotted by Yusuf Mohammed. Now I have to be careful, actually, not to lose all my stuff here after h4. I guess the queen can still hustle back while staying in touch with the bishop. 94, similar question. Guess I'll go here. Anyway, now knight f6 is fancy. If gf h3, the bishop is pinned. Well, if the queen takes, then Yusuf can take here. Well, knight f2, now I can take the rook. And finally winning some material. What are my predictions for Gukesh versus Ding? I don't know. I think one big factor that I'm not qualified to evaluate, and I'm not sure anybody is which Ding will we see? Will we see the old Ding, the guy that was, even if you say whatever, he's not Magnus, blah, 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 he was definitely one of the 3 best players in the world in whatever, from 2015 till, sorry, my years are slightly off, and then ever till 2020. And if that guy shows up, then I think it can still be a tough match for Gukesh, who of course is amazing. But we haven't seen that thing for a while, and I'm not qualified to speak on his condition, his hunger for chess, his health, and so on. I guess Ding himself talked a bit about it. I was happy to see him back in action, but it was also obvious that he wasn't the same, that he didn't have same confidence, fighting spirit, all the stuff that made him who he was. So I don't know, but yeah, if judging today from the games we've seen, of course, Gukesh has to be the favorite. I'm not sure if that's fair on how old is Gukesh, 17-year-old, to give him that burden. It is what it is. Picked up a bunch of pieces here, so should be in pretty good shape. Chess complaining, we're talking about chess and not movies. I know. Strict rules here. Somehow I'm still. Oh, he's going for the stalemate. I know what I'm trying to do. Trying to keep up facade of a mild-mannered chess enthusiast. Not fooling anybody, am I? Freeway chat, 1996, early Reese Witherspoon movie with a very creepy Kiefer Sutherland. It's loosely based on Red Riding Hood, which is an amazing tale about wolves, vengeance, and brutal murder. So it's highly recommended. Recently, yeah, not much happening. I just keep rewatching the other guys. Any plans for more games against Eddie? Yeah, I'm playing a 1,000 games match against my friend Etienne Gardet, an enthusiastic chess beginner. I'll still call him a beginner, even though he's been playing chess for 5 years. The premise is, can he beat a grandmaster in one of 1,000 games? I don't know. I keep asking. I asked him today. I said, no, I gotta play Elden Ring. That's what the cool kids play on Twitch now. So I'm always happy to play more. But I'm also usually winning, so easier to say for me. Why are your pieces so laggy? I don't know. This is as fast as I can afford pieces to move around. Are you in Deutschland right now? Yeah, I'm literally flying out of Deutschland in like 6 hours. Very early morning flight. I'm still in Deutschland. Trains still don't go on time. Still can't pay with the card anywhere. Not much has changed in good old Germany. Bishop f5 is risky here. Knight f6 is what the Kara experts do. Bishop f5 is all right, but if you go bishop g6, as you would do in the lines with d4 instead of knight f3, you're in for a world of hurt, cool sack. The difference is that now after h6, which they usually play to stop h5, this horsey can jump, hit the bishop, and all of a sudden black is in trouble. He's missing one tempo. Well, if the pawn was on d4 and then on g1, this wouldn't work. So, with trickery. Bluebell is saying, Jan, any hopes that you'll be commentating the World Championship in English? I'm a diehard fan of yours. Thank you so much, Bluebell. I'd love to. It's not in my hands. Speak to the powers that be at goodoldchess.com. I'm always happy to do commentary. There's a similar question. If I'm gonna do stuff with Pete Svidi, always happy to. I'm guessing it's more likely that I'll be doing commentary in German, but I honestly don't know yet. I'm happy to do either. I love World Championships, candidate matches. When the crown is at stake, I'm very thrilled. Not that all the regular super tournaments aren't fun too, but I find it adds an extra layer if it's the cycle. I always get even more excited. G6, tough move to play, blocking in this bishop, but he had to stop the mate. Now bishop c4 is strong. Now Zwischenzug, threatening mate. Or the very direct queen f3, followed by queen b3. Bishop c4 is flashier, but I think this is even stronger. So I'll go with that. Six. And where do I go now? f6 puts me out of the book. Looks ugly. Maybe bishop c4? fe? Is that winning? I don't know. Maybe f6 is a good move. Decisions. Do I have to move away? Interesting. Learning something here. Looks very ugly, but I can't see a direct win. Should make some move at some point. All right, I'll go with a heavy heart. I'm surprised. I learned this line as a kid. Queen f3, knight f6, queen b3, and wins. But after f6, can't see a direct win. Oh, there's freeway chat fans in the chat. I've never heard of it. I discovered it recently. Amazing movie. Check it out. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I was a big fan. Still, I should focus to win this game. f6. I thought I was cruising. But now, I have a fight on my hands. You do that, Bluebell. f6 bishop c4 looked winning. Maybe I couldn't see after f5. How did I checkmate? Queen f7, king d7. It's probably good, but I couldn't see a direct win. Should be 7. Down to 30 seconds. Oof, this is stressful. Okay, let's get some pieces out. 5. So fair enough. Uh-oh. Time is ticking away. If in doubt, grab a bunch of pawns. "21 seconds. It's very stressful. All right. Good old endgame. I like rook endgames where I have more rooks. It's one of my specialties. See all these amazing tactics? I know. Let me check briefly what I'm supposed to do after f6. There must be something direct, but I couldn't see it. f6, bishop c4, fe, and how do I win? Just go for the other rook. King c7, queen e5, queen h8, and if king back, knight e4, well, that's too complicated for me. This is apparently winning. Okay, it looks quite dominant, but that's way above my pay grade. Knight a6 or some move, and rook h3. Wow, that's cool. Learned something, because all I could remember was this trick, quote unquote trick, queen b3, queen d5, queen b7, which my old book said was good for white. If you want to be fancier, you can also just go g6, bishop c4, threatening checkmate, e6, queen e2, threatening knight f7. Then black can sort of hang in there with queen e7. So I thought queen f3 was good. But anyway, against the two knights, ideally don't go bishop f5, but go knight f6. Actually, knight f6 made me not recommend it in my course, because after knight f6 I didn't have much to contribute. So we went with a fantasy. All right, let's play more games. Why is it that 1400s no longer crumble against grandmasters? I don't know. Maybe it depends on the grandmaster. But there's also so much more information out there. People have gotten so much stronger, especially in the opening, but really in all phases of the game. Chess getting tougher all the time. C4, let's grab space. 1400s might not crumble. By 1100s, we can still handle them. The reverse Benko. Five, decent move. What did I do? Ben Feingold's not watching, is he? Don't tell him. Education star saying, Gusta, do you want to lose to me? Nah. No me gusta losing. But thanks for the offer. Should get some pieces out. Where to start? Rossi? My plans to crush Kolsha in the opening, by the way, did not work out at all. Completely sensible moves by Kolsha. I know what this position is. Roughly equal, I would guess. But absolutely reasonable play. Let's see, 5. I want to hit that pawn. Should have 5. Take it from there. This show is too chessy, right? What can we talk about, chat? What's your favorite Nick Cage film, Jan? I haven't seen this new movie Long Legs yet. They say it's scary. It's too scary for me. I scare easily. But they also said it's good. But other than that, Nick Cage is part of, I think we've debated this in the past, the by far greatest back-to-back-to-back trilogy of all time, of course. The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off, back-to-back-to-back. It's iconic. Will be 3. I don't know what to do. Position looks fine, but it's easier for white to improve. Knight can come here. Maybe I should try to secure this square for the bishop. If takes, then I can bring the rook. If necessary to have a coach to become a master. Currently 2200 online rated player. I don't think anything's necessary. There are many self-taught masters. It might speed it up. Also depends who you are. Coach can also be double-edged, of course, because he can make you lazy. You just wait for your coach to tell you what to play, what to do here and there. But it can also be a great help. I guess it really depends on the coaches, the dynamics, but you certainly can become a master all by yourself. Keep the hunger. Try to figure out what to do. Try to beat the other kids. I don't think anything's necessary, especially nowadays that we have resources like chessable courses. You can play against anybody in the world at all times. So it's not needed, but can still help. Great take, Jan. Yeah, might be good, might be not good. What do I know? Ben is going to see long legs this week. Keep me posted if it's too scary or not. Of course, Coach Collars is the best chess coach, but few can afford him. I'm kidding. Not really kidding. And on the German national team, we have a star player called Dimitri Collars, whom we call Coach Collars. I'm sure he's a great coach. But I want him to be a great player first. So don't bother. What's going on here? Kolsha is still hanging in there. Do I have any trickery? Maybe a little trickery. It's not that tricky yet. Takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. I was wondering if I could sacrifice the queen. But I'm a little scared. Takes, takes. Bishop f1, bishop h3, queen e2. Is the pawn endgame winning? I'm not sure at all it is. Nah, I'm not sure enough. Can't do it. Would be cool if it worked, but I'm really not sure. Takes, takes, check. Here, queen e2. Let's pass c pawn. I don't know if I'm winning this. So I'll do something boring instead. Also queen d2, there was bishop d5. Zwischenschach, to which I just resigned. So good that I can't calculate pawn in games. Stop me from blundering my queen. Now I get to do the same thing for free. This is a better version. Weiber is asking, do you know Jordan Schlansky? Never heard of him. I don't even think Conan O'Brien knows Jordan Schlansky. Does anybody know what he's doing? What are his responsibilities? Like drinking espresso in Italy? It's hardly a job description. So no, not familiar. Various tasks. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. Not buying it. Thanks for the game, Kolsha. Extremely well played. I didn't like knight h4. I felt that was a bit extreme. Makes sense to free the bishop. It's at a high price. I don't know what to do. I thought c5 maybe, and try to give a check. All right. Keep them coming. I didn't finish the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. It's all right? It felt all right. I watched the first 20 minutes. It was fun. There was some action, some banter. So like a warm blanket. But I didn't have time to finish it. I lead a very busy life. I got addicted to a game called Balatro, which is taking up most of my waking hours. You know, you got to build a poker house. It's very tough. Who has time? We're playing against Chess for Win. Maybe that's what I've done wrong all these years. I mainly play chess for draw. It's not that satisfying. We'll play the Taimanov. Opening of my youth. In my course, I gave some stuff, especially 2 a6, and that's some funky idea with knight takes c6. Chess for Win goes knight takes c6 directly. I preferred waiting for a6. I thought that was smart, because now I might not need a6, and I can try to occupy the center. Still, his line is valid that he's playing, nothing wrong with it. But I was happy with especially 2 a6. Then knight takes c6. Takes. And let's get some pieces out. Whoa, so aggressive. What have I done? All right, I'll go away. Looks a bit scary, actually. Queen f3, and then bishop f4. Just to be careful. Didn't want him to go bishop f4 directly, so I put the queen here. After queen f3, I hope I can get away with bishop e7, bishop f4, e5. But it does look somewhat scary. Chess for Win would like to chat. Right. Accept. Hi. Hi. Feel we're off to a good start. E1 keeps playing excellent moves. Preparing bishop f4. It's like Chess for Win is just gonna crush me. It's gonna be painful, but what to do? Still got a castle. Go wait, I guess. 6. Knight c7. All kinds of unpleasantness already. Yeah, no longer on the Chicken Chess Club podcast. I think it came down to uncreative differences. Nothing bad happened, really. Just the direction, I think. Peter wants to go more into FIDE criticism and chess politics. And I, frankly, just want to talk bullshit. And it's a tough mix for everybody involved. So I think they might still be going strong. I haven't checked. But yeah, I'm out. Is Banter Blitz next week with Ben Feingold? Keep coming. As for the position, I've somewhat stabilized now after bishop e3, bishop c5. Maybe there was nothing direct for white, but it looked scary. Oh, I guess I should be a bit better with my central control, restricting the white pieces. Blah, blah, blah. Note to self, don't blunder the queen after b3. Thanks, Jan. Good watching out. Do have a feeling Chess for Win does want to checkmate me. Not appreciated. I'll still take the pawn. Sorry. Goes away. Should I push this guy maybe? Might be a good idea. Oh, I blundered bishop h7, of course. Not the end of the world, but I did miss it. Knight 7, queen d7. Well, now after rook b1, I can take the queen. Can even be greedier. Take here first. So I don't have to give the rook. Yeah. That's trouble. Chess for win. Lost on time. Played excellently in the opening, putting a lot of pressure. Not sure. Oops, I clicked the wrong thingy. Not sure if I did anything wrong. Knight b5. No, looks like it's all quote normal. Here e5. Yeah, I wasn't brave enough. G7, rook e1, great move. Bishop f4. Yeah, here's another move, a4, threatening a5. Wasn't very happy with my position. Thanks for the game. Good job. Chess for win. Let's play another one. It's Gamer XR from the USA. All right. I feel I haven't promoted my chess course in like 6-7 minutes. So let's follow it to a T. Crash Gamer XR with the Dubov Italian. No, what is this? Why are you taking? Pre-move, bishop takes b4? Ah, you thought, see? You can also crash people that are pre-moving bishop b4. But that's a crazy pre-move, Gamer X, because e5 is also in main line here. You can't pre-move bishop b4. He was expecting cd and pre-move bishop b4, but that's very risky because e5 is as popular as cd. That's too much, sir. Free bishop. So I didn't get to show you all the traps of the Dubov Italian. But we could argue this is one of the traps. If they pre-move bishop b4, you take it. There in the course, in part one covers e4, e5, and sidelines 2 covers Sicilian Caro-Kann French. If you're looking for something aggressive, not a lot of strategy, bam, try to hit them on f7 or wherever it hurts. Check it out. I'm still a fan of the Dubov Italian. I mean, of course, of my own course as well. Stop him from casting. Six, he wants c5, but I should be in time to annoy. How exactly? Like this? Could also just castle like a normal person. But might as well be annoying. Well, the king is still in the center. Now there's no time for c5 because of knight takes d7. Basically, don't give me a piece in the opening. I'm out of coffee, so it's gonna be tough going from here. And Gamer does resign. Yeah, that was a rough pre-move to make. Don't do that. In general, I think in a 3+2 game, it's not too much to be gained by pre-moves if they aren't like recaptures. Here, he was expecting this. I want to give a check. As I said, e5 is also very much a main line. So to pre-move bishop b4, it's a bit much. Bishop b4, go here or here. And the fun starts. Couple moves down the stretch. Somewhere around here. Next time. Thanks for the game, Gamer XR. Let's play more chess games. Hakosa! What's going on? Koza. D4. Oh, I'll play what I learned from Hikaru. You just copy the moves. D4, D5, C4, C5. Another pre-move? Knight C3? Look at the board. You're lucky that Knight C3 is not a bad move, but it felt like a pre-move. Anyway, it's not a bad move. Go after CD4, Queen D4. White is still okay. I could transpose to the Shara Henning. Is that what's called? CD, Queen D4, E6. Or I could just bring the horsey out. But it looks like people are really into pre-moving. Knight C3 is not always the best move. Also, if I go DC, you don't want to go Knight C3. How we take the center. Here, knight takes e5 might look tempting, but I have my doubts that it's good. I could even maybe just keep developing. Knight b5 is possible. The knight is a little off the rails there. Knight c6, and I'll kick it later. No one is saying, Jana, I'm chess for win. I panicked on low time, but thanks for the game. Thank you. Good game. And please never apologize for panicking on low time. I'm very much hoping for that. What do I do? Do I give a check or do I? Let's kick the knight. Bishop f6, gf. Doesn't scare me too much. Try to grab some more space. Against Koza. There's no coffee left. Now what? Maybe pin? Not sure how much that does, but it did come to mind. Bishop f6, good move. Have to take. I'm threatening e3, so I guess Koza has to go e3, him or herself. After which I don't know yet. Takes bishop b4 directly, d3. So many options. Not sure. Somehow I like this move, but it feels a bit slow. Probably not the best way to punish Koza's opening pre-moves. g3, good move, trying to get some pieces out. I'm trying to get my bishop in. Let's go. Time to pin. Chat, what's going on in the big world of chess? I saw Alireza won the thing. Where am I going to? Kazakhstan in a couple days. It's going to be fun. The World Rapid Team Championship, is that what it's called? My team, I just call it my team. It's pretty stacked. We have Magnus, Pomnishi, Abdusatorov, Pragnananda, Keimer, Kostenyuk, Huyifan. So it's gonna be fun. Hopefully. I'll just be hanging out there, like looking smart, saying, world-class player, you take a break, other world-class player, you go crush them. Now, you world-class player, you take a break, you go crush them. Should be fun. It's good to be the coach. Then a Sinkfield Cup. Then there's a Chess Olympiad. Then what's in October? Nothing in October. Then there's a World Championship match. Chess never sleeps. Is that true? Do have more queens, so that's good. Excellent move, bishop c1. Very important. Benjamin has been watching WNBA mostly lately, not sure what chess. I hear you. I'm not following WNBA very much. I should get into it. I do have withdrawal from NBA playoffs being over and free agency, mostly. So I don't know what to do. Any suggestions for a new podcast I could get into, chat? Ideally, I'd like to get some fair, unbiased, timely opinions. You know anybody? Checkmate. Alireza won the losers final today. Grand final is MVL versus Alireza. Just for me to keep track. MVL won the winners final. Alireza won the losers final. So now they play the grand final. If Alireza wins the grand final, they play the grand final reset. American football starting soon? Nah, I'm European. We don't watch American football unless it's a Tom Brady roast. Thanks for the game, Hakosa. Let me close a bunch of windows and play against Stefan Hahn, 13. What do you say, who you found as the top female player of all time? Nah, Judith still has the crown, no? Good old Italia. Here we go again. Let's play d4 for a change. My core is knight g5. I played that once already. There are so many options out there. Check. But if c3, don't I win a piece? Why does everybody go bishop b4 check and give me a piece? I'm so confused. You don't have to give me a piece directly, people. See? That's what you get when you play aggressive 1e4. They give you all the pieces. So it works. 7. Just castle. Still take all the pieces later. Get my king out of the line of fire first. Why no one is castling? Because the pieces are all under attack. There's no time to castle. Time to take some. I mean, tempted to go bishop a3 first, but I think takes is better. No. We develop. Give another check. We have a piece and the attack. What's not to like? Just developing the queen. SF6 is kind of forced. Good spot. But knight h4 is asking more unpleasant questions. Takes checkmate. That's not why we develop, kids. We did develop with bishop b4. That's why we don't give pieces in the opening. Sorry for yelling. I'm very passionate about piece development and piece maintenance. And Stefan Hahn does resign because queen g5 runs into queen e8. Checkmate. Yes, the second time someone's handed me a piece after 5 moves with bishop b4. So after c3, it's a double attack. Here, knight e4 or d5s are the moves. But yeah, that's my message. Play aggressive stuff. If you go d3, bishop c5, yada, 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 knight c3, it's hard for them to go wrong. We put them under pressure. People make mistakes. I'm very wisdomous. That is a word. All right, let's play more chess. Pawn to e4 by Brattet Hersker. What do we play, chat? 1 for c5, 2 for e5, 3 for pick another random opening that's less good. Oof, it's taking a lot of time. All right, chat is saying pick another random opening is less good. Let's play the Alekai. Wow, that's 2300. And I'm playing the Alekai, which is a horrible opening. Knight b6, I always play bullet, because then I can do it against both c4 and d4. The problem is it's terrible. In bullet, I usually play d5, but then you more or less resign after c5. Not going to be able to do it. ED is more popular, but CD looks more harmonious to me. I don't know. Just feels better. This is the line everybody plays. No rook c1. Somehow people study this stuff. Bishop e2. Do I go bishop g4? Then b3. Who knows? Maybe e5 was the move anyway. I guess white center is a bit too stable to harass, isn't it? At least I don't see how. So I'll just sit in this very frustrating structure. It's going to go c5. I'm going to go somewhere d7 or c8. And I'll try to sit tight. Who do I think is the best opening repertoire in the world? So hard to say, because I'm not even sure about the definition of repertoire. I think opening skill nowadays is also a lot about just being flexible, being able to play anything, which of course you could also define as a repertoire. The question is, who's the best theoretician? I don't know. I think my boy Anish Giri is still very much up there, but so many extremely well-prepared guys. Fabi's always well-prepared. Wesley's amazingly well-prepared. Magnus, surprisingly, knows an opening or two as well. Jan is obviously well-prepared. Pragnananda, incredibly well-prepared. Pick a player, pick a top player. They're all well-prepared in their own way. But yeah, those are the names that are coming to mind. I'm sure I'm missing many other extremely well-prepared guys. CD, what do I do? I guess I should take knight on b6 is always misplaced. Was said by some guy, Tartakova. Well, this is a bit sad. Do I have to bail out? Try to hang in there. I guess the best way to play was something like queen b6, bishop d5, rook d8. Takes, but it looked like sort of trying to force a draw. Didn't want to f2, fair enough. Still don't know what to do. Guess random moves, as usual. No tricks. Knight d4. d4, rook c5. Not the most tempting combination. Sort of a drawing combination. So the bishop d4 doesn't do much either, does it? What to do? That's what we excel at in Germany. Tactics that get rid of all the pieces. Not sure about time for b6, probably did, but I was taught in endgames, gotta activate your rook. I was also taught you gotta keep your pawns, though. I don't know. Sometimes I'm being taught like contradicting things. It's very confusing. Teachers, leave the kids alone. g4, so aggressive. At the end of the day, my heart's in pawn robbery. Phantom saying, can you do b6 opening with black? Let's not push our luck. I already played the Alakite. Now bishop f2, drawish, rook h3, also drawish. I don't know what's more fun. Let's take. This guy's relentless. Just keeps coming. Stop attacking me, sir. It's very frustrating. I don't want to draw. Ah, too late? All right, well played, well played. Oof. I was busy working on my mating net. No luck with the mating. Anyway, thanks for the game. Well played. More chess. Yeah, he played well. What can you do? Don't like it either. How highly rated would you say it's possible to get a pure intuition and with no opening theory at all? Seems like a very common question. I never quite understand it, because if you have pure intuition and you put in a bunch of time, probably at some point you will pick up, oh, people keep doing, I don't know, e4 and knight f3, and they call it the Italian. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to use your savant skills without accidentally learning any opening skills. But generally, of course, we all think, I'm so gifted, and if only my raw talent could win out. But these other geeks, with their chessable courses, with their aggressive 1e4 repertoires, they are studying all day, spoiling my chess fun. I think openings matter because, you know, to occupy the center and so on, get the pieces out, it helps. I don't think you have to memorize any moves, but it's hard to avoid a good chess player without coming. Hard to become a good chess player while completely avoiding openings. Still, You can prove us all wrong. And Gerald, the nature of the question is always, I'm very gifted, but I lead a rich life. I'm out there drinking, partying. There are too many senoritas out there for me to study the theory. If only my gift could win out. Which I'm not buying really, because I mean, gift or intelligence or whatever you might call it might help you starting out in chess. But normally, these guys that are good, the one common denominator they all have is they did put in their 10,000 and many more hours. And if they came across opening theory or not along the way, I don't know. But it's very, very strange to not meet any. Of course, you can prioritize different things. There are world-class players. I can't speak for all of them, but I'm sure Hikaru played a lot of Blitz. Growing up, Mamed Yarov talked about solving a lot of tactics exercises, and I'm sure others prioritized openings more. But I'm not sure if it's easy to climb all the way to the top without knowing what the Italian is. Still, prove me wrong. Maybe one day, Chess 960, where Magnus finally said, I'm tired of all the preparing, all the classical chess. Everything is Chess 960 now, guys. We'll have some new savants rising through the ranks without all these annoying opening principles. Sorry. The rant of opening nerd over. Buy my course. What's your goal for the German team in the Olympiad? It's always a bit unserious to say we must finish top 5 or whatever. A lot of Olympiad depends on how you do last round with the Swiss system. But there are 2 goals. Top 8 would be nice. It's certain incentives. I don't know how stuff works, but I think German Federation gets more support if they finish in the top 8. Somehow that's important. And of course, medal would be fantastic. But at the end of the day, isn't it all about the friends that we make along the way? Sorry, I watched a bunch of Ted Lasso. I'm not sure that helped my coaching skills. But I also watched the documentary about the German football national team in Qatar 2022. That inspired me because it looked like, these guys also don't know what they're doing. So I prepared some videos about Grey Goose, not the alcohol, but the animals, to show to the German national team the night before the first match. I'll teach them that if gray geese, is it geese? I guess it's geese. If gray geese work together, they can achieve 70% more than the individual. So I'll do the math for them to inspire them. Guys, if you play as individuals, you might win this match 4-0. But if you play as a team, you might win 6-0. Sorry, I'm not very good at math, but I think that was the message. So that's the rough plan. What's going on here? I don't know. Looks like I'm in good shape, and I'm ahead on the clock. Both nice. Now what? 7 rook c8. Yeah. Let's push. Was a good boring variation in the Caro. And now, if you want to be as boring as possible, go ed5, cd5, bishop d3, or ed5, cd5, knight f3, then knight e5. It's also good. Of course, as you know, I'm all about excitement. Therefore, I'm recommending the fantasy. But those are the most boring ones come to mind. Give me the queen. How you're speeding up? Not prepared for this turn of events. Try to checkmate. Took a while, but we're finally here. Thanks for the game. FKH08. Give me more games. Time is it? 42? I guess we'll do 2 hours. So that's at least 3 more games. Knight C3. The Van Geet opening. I never really understood the point. I guess against the Sicilian players it could make some sense. But if they go Knight F6, I guess the best move is E4 or D4, and you end up in some Vienna or Verisov. But Ritesh Mishra goes B3. Also, Ritesh Mishra has 661, so probably I shouldn't be too harsh on opening choices. But yeah, it's better to occupy the center. And Knight C3, B3 is a somewhat uneven mix. E4 very quickly. I can take it, or I can push the pawn. Too late fighting for the center. Now I will take the pawns. And go back. Benjamin Handelman is saying 3 more games. Sorry, everyone, but Jan will be back. Take your word, Benjamin. That has been fun. Sorry for all the nonsense, all the angst, but I do enjoy hanging out with you guys. As long as I win the games. Of course, if I lose one, this all gets even sadder. So thank you so much for showing up for a little show. Been a pleasure. I miss doing these in English. My English is suffering, because I'm only doing stuff in German nowadays. So if nothing else, this serves as my personal Duolingo. Sorry, Americans. Duolingo is if you try to speak more than one language. It's a weird concept. But as Europeans, sometimes we have to do it to communicate with you guys, because we know you won't. Let's go. Sorry, Ritesh. I am mercilessly crushing you. But occupy the center. You've been trying to learn German Duolingo. It's not great, but you do know how to order beer. That must have been a tough challenge. Ein Bier bitte. Must have been months grinding away. I learned Turkish as a kid because, you know, I had a rough childhood growing up on this boat in the Mediterranean. So we spent one winter in Turkey, and my job was to go get bread in the morning. So the only Turkish I speak is bir ekmek, which means one bread. Took me a long time to master that, but I still know how to get a bread at a Turkish bakery. Thanks for the game, Ritesh Mishra. As I said, try to grab the center. Craig! Let's go E4. The modern. There was some criticism. My chapter on the modern wasn't so big, but I was being smart against the modern because I went Bishop E2. I said if they want to play some nonsense like the hippopotamus or whatever, let them. But the only way to fight for equality here is Knight F6, and then you're back to the peers. But of course, such stuff is allowed. The problem is if white is allowed to play C4 or even C3, rook E1, Knight B2, these openings are really losing a lot in appeal. The hippopotamus is much better if the white knight is already on C3. While here, it's not much fun. I understand, it's cool. You can pre-move knight E7, knight D7, then have a look around. but your position won't be very much nice once you're done with all your primos, which is right about now. Now you lack plans. G5 does not H5. F5 is never going to work. C5 is probably the smallest of the evils, but leaves the weakness on D6. So I don't know. I understand the appeal of being to primo of all this stuff. It also looks harmonious and symmetrical. But at the end of the day, you've still given me the space you haven't brought at the center, and you must suffer. Now, all of a sudden, G5 is a bit extreme. At least recapture, then you're already only positionally worse. But G5, now trouble is coming directly. Sorry, Crack, I'm aware I have a higher rating and all that, so maybe it's not all about the opening, but I'm always trying to ruin people's life. Not ruin people's life, but to spoil people's fun that have a one-size-fits-all opening, because the harsh chess reality is concrete game, move by move, and there's no e6, b6, a6, g6, d6, 97, 97, bishop g7, bishop e7. I can't fix it all. I'm sorry. I wish there were more shortcuts. Gimme. I know. The hippo seems to be in danger of going extinct. Just for the record, I am a big fan of the hippopotamus from Flight of the Conchords, but the hippopotamus chess opening, Thanks for the game, Craig. I'm always tempted to make some silly joke like that game won't make Craig's list of his best games or something. But then I keep reminding myself, if you're called Craig, you've heard such dumb jokes thousands of times. So I still do it, but I phrase it in a more apologetic way. Aguilar is saying, you guys not playing the London every game are the real MVPs. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And speaking of it, we have Daniel Flanagan ruining everybody's move. Daniel. It's not our fault Southgate doesn't play attacking football. Doesn't mean we have to play chess in his style. I'm deeply disappointed, Daniel. And I will punish you harshly. Daniel's hanging in there. But next wave is coming. Where else is he reading chat? I know, I have some super chat thing. I'm reading them all. Paulo Group. Check. Why is everybody else to London? I don't really hate it, and I think we sort of have to slowly but surely come around to the fact that it's a legit opening, which is also played by top players. And the reason is, while I was just ranting about the hippo last game, that is actually not terrible. The London is actually a decent shortcut. If you don't want to learn openings, if you want to keep doing the same thing over and over every game and get out of the opening with a solid yet boring position, the London is not terrible. So you can do that, but it's not very high on the entertaining chess openings list, which is maybe why it has some enemies. Two, go away. Knight e4, not a great move, actually. You can take a knight c4. Should be mentioned, by the way, Daniel Flanagan's playing very well. Never judge a London book by its rating. Just as I praised him, he's allowing the fork. Just take the knight. Sorry for the jinxing. Now I feel bad, Daniel. First you played London, then you're making me feel bad. Hope you're happy. How to finish this off? Let's try to bring the bishop. Play the hippo in the last game. Not gonna be able to do it. Four. Let's keep the ball. See, even the winning endgames are sort of boring in the run. It's just a very frustrating opening. Good opening, but very frustrating. Your mic is still empty. Vargo's saying, who is this idiot? My name is Jan Gustafsson. I'm a German chess grandmaster. Can we still be friends, Vargos? Or do you think the first impression ruined it for both of us? I don't know. I'm still willing to try. Who are you? Skate is asking, does work? Did I challenge Jan? I don't know. No, I'm not referred to you, idiot. Okay, looks like that door is shut. Did make an effort. It's a pity. Now at my age, it's very hard to connect to people, make new friends out there. So set in your ways. Then when I try, just comes across as awkward, and often it's met with abject failure, like here. You're in trouble. Rook d4, very important to restrict the knight. Now Now we try to get some queens. Let's try to restrict the knight some more. I was trying to flank Daniel while he was looking for a square for the knight. Still good game, actually. Daniel fought back nicely after trying to crush him early on. He found what I think is the best move here, knight to a3. And then managed to regain this knight on a1. So he found a bunch of excellent moves here. Also bishop d3 was very good. Stopping knight e4 check, preparing knight e2. So very good job. Yeah. I don't think I was better until I jinxed him here by saying he's playing so well, and then he immediately allowed me the knight 4. I was winning. But white just takes, goes knight c4. White is absolutely fine. So great game by Daniel Flanagan. 900 feels low. A lot of potential there. All right, what are we doing? Last game of the night, we're done. I'm not sure about the status. Last game against Fisher Random Chess TV. They have a TV channel. We can't stop it anymore, can we? How are we gonna keep selling opening courses if it's all Fisher Random Chess TV now? The whole chess industry is gonna collapse. That's a classical starting position, Fisher Random Chess. Can still do my stuff. He's trying to shuffle the king over to c8. It's not gonna happen. Already out of book to 1 e4. He's giving me a pawn. I don't know. I could try to spoil his fun by developing, but I do like pawns too much. Just can't do it. Free pawns. Just cannot resist. All right, Fisher Random Chess, show me the money. Pin. Does look reasonably random. I'll give you that. But I'm also pawn up. High price to pay for the randomness. Maybe it was a chess knight at 60. Just excellently chose the one starting position that I've seen before. What now? d4, e4, e2, knight h4. So many options. Let's do this. Random chess. Stop chatting. Focus. So aggressive. See how this goes. Does look pretty random. Yeah, I should just have castled. This was somehow tempting. King go queen takes b5. Might have a check here. Just not mate, unfortunately. The king can go here. That should still be good for me. Take the house. Yeah, but I'll take. And then bishop d2. And then there's still a lot of house left. Thanks for the game. Fisher Random Chess is blaming it on the mode. He's saying, okay, give up. I won't keep the GM. Show is over. We could have played, it was last game anyway. I want to play 960. I don't usually play standard chess. I hear you. I hear you. Although it has to be said, you did make the position. Very weird. Guess I dodged the 960 bullet there. Anyway, thank you for the game, Fisher Random Chess, and thanks everybody for watching. It's been fast. Sorry for all my weird talk. I'm more of an acquired taste, if we want to be optimistic. Check out my chessable courses, part E4, part 1 and 2, if you want. Very aggressive repertoire. I got to play it a bit in this course, trying to attack people from the get-go in part 1 against the quote-unquote normal Italian. We go for this double flank, which I think is incredibly tricky for black to handle. It's knight f6, we go for knight g5, which once again, it's just trying to set the board on fire as quickly as possible. Now part 2, I've done a lot of work on mainly open Sicilians, because they did feel like the critical test, and against the Caro Cup. We went for the fantasy where I either have my best or my dumbest idea of the course. E6, bishop d3. Giving this pawn for nothing, and then fishing for compensation. And the French, where I'm going for this e5 advance line, which I played a game with. Anyway, check it out on Chessable if you feel like it's still on sale. If not, thanks a lot anyway for hanging out with me. Thanks to chess.com and everybody behind the scenes, making this so easy for me. Barely have to show up. Definitely don't have to make sense. It's been a pleasure. I think there's a next Banter Blitz on July 29th with Ben Feingold. I hear he's a funny guy. So if you want some humor in your Banter Blitz, go check that one out. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Angelaine. Are we done? Maybe I'm rambling and we're off air. Bye, guys.